Peace, family. This video is for anybody that loves personal development, becoming the best version of themselves. Today we're reading from 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class. Really amazing book. And today, the topic of discussion is the world class is determined to win. So I'm just going to read through it, what it has to say. Very important lesson here. I'm going to discuss it and elaborate on it. So the quote, before I jump into the reading, says, "Winning isn't everything, but wanting to win is," by Vince Lombardi. It says, "As simple as it sounds, many times the only thing that separates winners from losers is pure determination. While the winning difference may be slight, the thought process that makes the difference is not. Amateur performers spend a substantial amount of time negotiating the price of victory. Amateurs seem to have an endless tape looping through their minds asking, is the effort worth the reward for winning? Meanwhile, champions focus on winning. Their attitude is whatever it takes. Champions don't negotiate their efforts and sacrifices on their march to victory. The decision to pay any price and bear any burden in the name of success was made long before the game started. This subtle difference in thinking is a major advantage. Nowhere is this more apparent than when pain occurs. Amateurs feel pain and seek escape. Professionals expect to feel pain and have been mentally trained to push past it while maintaining a world-class level of performance. Champions are the warriors of the world. Their outstanding preparation, both mental and physical, makes them unstoppable and ferocious on any performance field." Man, that was amazing. So I want to unpack this a little bit for us. Now, the first thing that stands out to me is amateurs negotiating with themselves. It's interesting, for those that have been following the channel, I actually just did a video talking about this, about like my experience, becoming somebody that runs consistently, even though I hate running and it makes me uncomfortable. But it says amateurs have an endless loop running in their mind, asking themselves, like, is this going to be worth it? Is the work that I'm putting in, like, man, I'm waking up early, I'm putting in all of this work, is it going to be worth it? Man, it's like, should I keep doing this? Man, I'm not seeing the results. Meanwhile, champions focus on their attitude is do whatever it takes. Now, a perfect example of this is interested versus committed. When you're interested, you do what's convenient. That's an amateur. That's somebody that just does what's convenient. Whereas the winners, the greats, they're committed. They're willing to do whatever it takes. That's something that I learned and completely changed my life in terms of interested versus committed. Another level is obsessed, but that's a conversation for another day. Champions don't negotiate their efforts and sacrifices. It's not a negotiation. It's a standards and there's principles. Do what must be done. And the negotiation process is something that holds a lot of people back from living in alignment, because a lot of times our first thought is in alignment to do whatever must be done. But then what happens is negotiation. Right? We start to negotiate with that voice. not knowing that that voice is actually guiding us and aligning with us, actually the path of least resistance. And we think that our path is the path of least resistance, not understanding universal law. The decision to pay any price and bear any burden in the name of success was made long before the game started. Man, this is interesting because Kobe Bryant talked about this, about the decision and the deal he made with himself when he was 14. To make it to the NBA. So, paying any price. And what that means is not only not negotiating with what is required, but willing to do it as long as you're able. You know, Marcus Aurelius said, if it is endurable, then endure it. It's such a simple quote, but yet so profound, because if you're able to do it, anything else besides that, anything else in between that, if you're able to do it, if you can endure it, it's just an excuse. That's really it. It's just an excuse. If it is endurable, then endure it. You know, that's a quote that has always stuck with me. Because it just makes you understand, like, hey, can I do this? I can. Well, then everything else that I'm making up right now is bullshit. And, you know, the next part is really great too. It says, nowhere is this more apparent than when pain occurs. Amateurs feel pain and seek escape. Professionals expect to feel pain. And, you know, this is great because, like, as I was just mentioning in another video, like, I just came from a 5K run and my legs were hurting. Like, there was pain. And there was a part of me that wanted to take a break and walk for a little bit. But I was, you know, the conversation and the dialogue in my mind was like, man, this is what we're here for. Like, this is the whole point of doing this. Like, I'm good. Like, I can get through it. This is endurable. Right? And that's what, you know, kept me going. But it's an identity thing. Right? All of this comes back to identity. Like, are you world class? Are you great? Are you a winner? Are you a loser? Or are you an amateur? And how do you react to pain? How do you react when things don't go your way immediately? How do you react during adversity, challenge, and opposition? Because that really shows you who you are. Like, in those moments, man, it's so great because, like, in those moments when you're really, whatever it may be, whether you're going through pain, whether an event might have just happened, adversity, whatever it may be, but your reaction and response to that is a reflection of your identity. So if you can show up as the person, as your best self, man, that's a huge testament. It's a huge testament. And what that does is it builds trust with yourself. It builds character with yourself. It builds confidence as well. Now, the action step for today in the book, it says, on a scale of 1 to 7, 7 being most determined, how determined are you to accomplish your goals and dreams? An assessment of the results you have achieved so far is an accurate measure of how determined you have been in the past. Wow. A great resource the book references is watching the movie Rocky. It's a great example of determination. A really, really great example of determination. Hope this video added value to you. If it did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Really helps the channel. Appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate everybody for tapping in and every single subscriber. Much love, everybody. Peace and abundance until the next one.